When did you start doing that? When you start focusing on music?
I was lucky enough to kind of have a musical family, so I sort of started when I was about probably 10.
Because your dad makes music and your brother does too, right?
I used to go to shows. Apparently, I used to see him play when I was like 3, 4. No ear protection as well. Great parents.
Yeah, right.
That's why I'm deaf as a post.
That's so crazy.
I started when I was about 10, and then kind of I got really into writing when I was about 13, 14.
Did it affect your social life? I mean, how was that balance for you as a young kid?
I used to come home from school and go into my bedroom and pick my guitar up and sit there and then fall asleep with it on my lap.
On your chest.
And I'd wake up the next day with my uniform still, my school uniform still on, my guitar still on my lap.
Once again, your parents didn't bother put you into bed. They were just like, leave them to it. Your parents are amazing. I love it.
My dad just let us crack on. Yeah.
What were you listening to? What was inspiring you to want to pick up the guitar and go home? What were you learning? How were you beginning?
What inspired me to do it? I don't know, man. I think, you know what it was? I was in school and I was a pretty average student. I wasn't good at football or soccer, as you call it over here. But I wasn't good at football. And in my family, we're all Geordie footballers. So if you're not good at football,
what are you going to do?
You just get disowned, basically. So I had to get good at something.
Yeah.
And music was the first thing that I really sort of felt a connection to, I think. I think it was always around us when I was a kid. Like my dad was always singing when he was cooking. My brother was always playing the drums and playing keyboards and guitars and stuff. So I was always surrounded, but I was lucky to be around that. I think because when I was a kid, I naively used to try and write songs that I thought would do well, or I'd write songs that I thought people wanted to hear.
Yeah, you're chasing it.
Right, and because I wanted, as a kid, you dream of being successful. You know what I mean? You want to do well.
Well, before you actually work out what you want to say and what you want to achieve, you start talking about like everybody else and looking at what they're achieving.
But that's exactly, and you compare yourself and all that rubbish, and you sit and look at everybody else and go, oh, I should do this, blah, 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 blah. And then I just stopped doing that. I stopped caring about that and then started writing songs. So I remembered why I got into it in the first place. And I started writing songs because I actually love music and just because I wanted it. It was purely a selfish thing. I started just writing for myself. It didn't matter if I ever played them to anybody. It was because it was actually, no, you're doing this for yourself. You're not doing this for any. And then it worked. And it was
yeah.
And I think that's the thing. It's you spend a lot of time looking outwards and all that and at everybody else, but you should just stick to your guns, man.
It's hard to ignore when you hear that as a first song, all the efforts of you guys in different places pulling that together, that there's not quality in that. And I guess in a way that must have been, we talk about turning points in people's lives. That must be a turning point for you to know back. You listen back to that when it was done and go, okay, I've got a shot at this.
You can hear the desperation in that song.
Yeah.
For me. Because I didn't, as I said, I'd come out of this mad place. My producer who produced that was our first thing that we did together. He was going to quit.
You were going to quit.
I was going to quit. We're all kind of
done. Even your manager's turning around going, have you got anything else? So it's we haven't forgotten that, by the way. Your manager's a boss.
No, he was happy with the song. We had 4 songs ready.
Right.
And he was like, these are good. He's like, but is there anything else that you're holding back just in case?
It's a great question.
It was one of those. I was like, actually, yeah, I've got this little song here.
It's a great question.
And I played Play God on my own in the shed with the guitar.
That song was a gift.
And they were like, right, that's the one.
That was a gift.
Yeah, it was. It was one of them ones that fell out the sky.
So the album is done? Done? Done.
Pretty much.
Pretty much done.
My stuff's done.
So who's holding up?
Well, there's
that's awesome.
There's a string thing that we're gonna try out. So it's gonna be, it's fun stuff.
On the ballad?
Yeah.
How many slow songs you got on the record?
There's a few. There's at the moment there's 14 tracks.
Oh, God bless you. I love that. I can't wait to wrap my ears around it.
So there's 14 tracks, 4 of which you've heard.
Yeah.
So Play God, Dead Boys.
Power Shop Kardashians. No, not on there.
No, it's not going on. Play God, That Sound, Dead Boys, and
Hyper.
Leave Fast.
The Hyper's not on there.
Hypersonic's on, yeah. Sorry, it's 5 tracks, yeah.
Oh,
Hypersonic's the first track,
this
man.
conversation was about to take a real left turn.
No, God, Hypersonic, of course it's on.
Oh, my God.
No,
I come and check your temperature.
I just forgot that had been released because it's only been released the other day. Yeah, no. Of course it's going on.
So that's how the album starts.
At the moment, that's how it starts.
You should get a little intro.
That's how I want it.
You should write a little intro. Once the album is completely done, you should just allow yourself a couple of days. This is no joke. A couple of days in the studio with Tom. Just to around.
You're joking. I don't have a couple of days. My calendar is rammed. I tell you what.
Who's the boss? Who's the boss, Sam?
Why don't you go talk to the gaffer
out
the back?
I will.
That's British for boss.
I will.
Go talk to the gaffer.
No, who's the boss?
Yeah. Man.
Sam Fender's the boss. I'm not even kidding. When you have success going on right now, like you do, everyone has the purest intentions and wants you to maintain and build upon that success. We all live vicariously through your achievement in a really positive and healthy way. But that being said, if it's the difference between delivery and perfection, you're the boss.
Yeah, but that soundbite, man.
So good. Where are you going after this, Sam?
We are going to do other bits and bobs of work, and then I'm going to go get ready for the show.
The show tonight, Moroccan Lounge.
Yeah,
Moroccan Lounge, is it?
First ever show over here.
And by the way, in capital letters, sold out.
Yes. It's a little sold out one. It's nice. It's going to be nice to play a little intimate venue again.
By all means, stay humble, but remember one thing. Who's the boss, Sam?
I'm the boss.